My name is Maat Sharaf and I'm from Yemen.
When the war broke out in Yemen in 2015, I was outside Yemen. I first heard it from social media, friends sharing breaking news, posting pictures and videos. The first thing that came to my mind was my family and the people I loved the most. My family decided to flee Yemen since the moment that they felt that their lives were threatened. I remember calling them the day that they were leaving home. My mom picked up. She decided to be silent. All what I could hear was the noise of the airstrikes in the background, so she hung up. I felt hopeless, speechless, and emotionally devastated. This emotional devastation prevented me from talking about my country for a really long time, even among the closest friends. It's actually hard. It's very hard interacting with people every single day without them knowing what's going on. A lot of people say that the Yemeni war is a forgotten war. Yeah, but I wouldn't think so, because you actually forget something when you know it in the first place. But majority of people don't know about Yemen. There is definitely a lack of understanding, knowledge and awareness of Yemen as a country, even among the most educated ones. I feel like the world needs to know more about Yemen. No matter what I do in life, I still feel it's my personal mission to inform people about Yemen, fulfill a little part of their curiosity, and narrow the gap of misunderstanding.
So here I am in the streets. I'll try to interact with people, have conversations with them, ask them about Yemen and what's going on, and see if they really know anything about it. So thinking about the world, where do you think the world's worst humanitarian crisis that is happening at the moment?
That's a hard question, actually. It depends.
It's difficult to say which is the worst, as there's so many.
Middle East. It's probably the Syrian war.
It's probably Syria and that area.
It's the Syrian crisis.
Syria, I think.
Yes. North Korea, maybe.
Syria and all like the bombing there, and there's so many children that are dying there and stuff like that.
Syria, for example, I don't know.
Ukraine, Syria, yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe besides Syria, would you think of any other countries?
Oh, the North Libyan slave trade.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Sorry.
Africa.
It's like Africa and like Arab countries.
In South Africa, in South of Africa.
In Iraq, in Afghanistan.
After the hurricanes this summer, was it Puerto Rico?
Oh, I mean, there's the one happening in Myanmar.
Yemen?
Have you guys heard about Yemen before?
No, not really.
Yemen.
Yemen.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not so much.
I have heard about Yemen and very little though. What?
Not a lot.
Yemen, yes. It's, oh my god, it's a country, right? Okay.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Yemen?
Not much.
But that's a hard one though. I'm not locating them geographically right now. I know that exists, of course.
I don't know so much about Yemen, but I know where is it.
Yemen, it's religious battles.
They have those, I don't want to sound stupid, those animals, they're not cows, they're...
Camels?
It's one of the countries that we're advised not to go to at the moment.
Have you met anyone from Yemen?
No.
No.
No. And before? No.
No. Are you from Yemen?
I am from Yemen.
Okay, nice to meet you then.
Nice to meet you. And if you meet a person from Yemen, what would you want to ask him or her?
I would probably ask about living conditions there, what life is like in Yemen.
To know about their culture, and to be honest, I don't know anything about Yemen.
Why do you think you don't hear about Yemen much?
They all tend to blur into one.
Maybe the part of that is
our own fault for not keeping up with
Yeah, but I haven't heard it
foreign
on the
affairs.
radio or anything.
Well, my perception is obviously formed by the media to a great extent.
I don't know. There doesn't seem to be the focus from international news crews.
Not much geopolitical importance in some way.
I think it might be because it's happening in the Middle East, and you know, the Saudi Arabia is like an ally to Western powers.
So unfortunately, Yemen right now is facing the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Worst means you have 28 million people living in Yemen, and unfortunately 22 million people are affected by the war that is happening. More than 21 million are in urgent need of some form of humanitarian assistance, which this include food insecurity, not have access to clean water, sanitation, and lack of healthcare.
It's hard to really understand a situation like the war in Yemen when I haven't really heard anything about it, you know?
We don't have like we don't see like many things about other countries.
Hopefully this will bring people to, you know, research it more and try to know more about it.
So now I will investigate a bit more about Yemen and the whole story about them, for sure.
I couldn't tell you the last time I've heard anything about Yemen, so at least now I feel like, if nothing else, there's a reason to go on and learn more about what's going on. So